I discovered that my mother was having an affair. At first, she kind of tried to deny it and lie about it, and she just said, it was a one-time thing, but it was pretty clear-cut that the evidence was there, and it came to a boiling point where she finally admitted it and came out with the truth. But obviously, my father's very distraught by this.
How did he find out?
She borrowed my car, and I found a box of condoms in my car after she borrowed them.
Oh, God.
After she borrowed the car. And
from your mom?
Yeah, I had to confront her on it. And
dude, no, hold on. No. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Nobody should find a box of condoms after their mom borrowed their car, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm smiling, but it's like out of horror for you.
I went into a state of just shaking, and I felt like a ghost as soon as I saw it. I was like, this can't be real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that now. Like, there's no way that can't be real.
And the whole thing just feels like a nightmare.
What? How did your dad find out?
So I gave her the ultimatum. I said,
"Good on you, brother. Good for you."
I said either you tell her, or I said either you tell him, or I'm going to tell him.
Good.
I'm not living with that on my conscience.
Yes, you're a person of integrity. Good call, man. Well done, brother.
So, she ended up telling him a couple days later, and but those couple days, just I couldn't even look at my dad in the eyes. He could feel something was wrong, and it was horrible on me. It still is, and obviously now he's very distraught and struggling because she continued to lie about it after I discovered it and just said, it was a one-time thing. But then we found more evidence that it was clearly not just a one-time thing, and the phone calls, the text messages were pretty clear-cut. This had been going on for, a little over a month, maybe 2 months.
Yeah. So, brother, I'm just going to tell you right out of the gate, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
20-year-olds are not supposed to find condoms in their car after their mom borrows it. Like, that's not supposed to happen.
No.
On 50 different levels. And, I got to applaud you. Your mom put you in an impossible situation, which is, at some level, hey, the fate of this family staying together now rests on you, 20-year-old Joey. And that is stone cold unfair. And you did the right thing by saying, hey, you have this much time, and I'm not gonna contribute to the lack of integrity in this house by also me becoming a liar in the process. Not gonna do it.
Right.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you, dude, because I know that's hard, because it's also your mother. No matter how gross and like weirded out this is, that's also your mom, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how can I help, man? What can I do for you?
I mean, I guess I've been trying to help honestly, more out of it than anything, I'm more distraught for my dad because, they've been together for over 30 years. And
you can't carry it, brother. You can't carry it.
He's struggling so much. And my family, like my brothers and all that, they're all struggling with it too.
I know, but listen, you can't carry this. Like, they're 30-year married couple. They're what, 50 or 60 years old?
Yep.
Yeah, you can't carry this. You're 20. I don't mean to kick you while you're down. I couldn't carry this from my parents. They have to be grown adults and do the next right thing for them to stay well individually and to decide, do we want to stay married? And if we do, what is that going to look like? And you cannot participate in that.
Okay.
You can love your dad, and you can say, Dad, I'll go have a drink with you. Well, you can't drink yet, but I'll go have coffee with you. I'll go get a bagel in New York with you. I'll go do whatever with you. But I'm not going to talk about mom. That's for you and your counselor. That's for you and your buddies. That's for you and your pastor. That's for you and whoever. But he's got to have adult friends that he can lean on and adult professionals to lean on. He can't burden his 20-year-old son with this.
Yep.
Okay? And I know that makes you feel the one thing that all men, especially 20-year-olds, are taught to avoid at all cost, and that is feeling powerless. And men are taught when you feel powerless, you just start swinging. When you feel powerless, you just start jawing. When you feel powerless, you just start shooting. When you feel powerless, you just start drinking. And so the biggest challenge you're going to have is keeping your wits about you and doing the next right thing for a while.
Yeah.
Not trying to drink this away, not trying to ignore this away, not trying to lie this away, but also not trying to solve it. It's just this uncomfortable tension that's just going to be for a while. And dude, you didn't do anything to cause it. I'm sorry it happened.
Yeah.
Are you living at home?
That's biggest thing. I've told my dad. I've already explained to him. I said, you know, I'm always here for you. I get you have emotion, because he's like, I feel sorry that, you know, that you guys have to go through this. And I said, man, it's not your fault. And whatever your decision, whatever going forward it is, I'm here for you. I support you in whatever it is that you want to do moving forward with this.
And let me tell you, that's a great blessing you gave to your dad.
Yeah.
That I'll love you no matter what. You want to keep this marriage together, I'm going to love you. And you say, I'm out, I'm going to love you.
Yep.
That's a great blessing. You are wise beyond your years, my man. It's an honor to get to talk to you.
Likewise.
But what I don't want you to do is this will start welling up after the initial smoke wears away. And right now you mentioned like it's like feels like you're a ghost, like you're in a fog. It will turn to anger and rage. Okay? And what I want you to be very careful of is what you do when you're angry.
Yeah, I already kind of went through that because I found out who the guy was, and I, like you said, I tried to be more wise than that. I decided, you know, that's just pure emotion, and once I let that emotion get over, I was like, all right, what's the next step? I'm not going to do anything to this guy, because what's that going to do for anyone? Nothing.
It's going to put you in jail. That's it.
Exactly.
Right. Now, if your dad calls and says, we got to bury a body, that's another I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, but here's the deal. Are you living at home?
I am.
All right. It's time to move out. It's time to find a place to go. Are you in school?
No, that's kind of one of the biggest things is like I was working, and then recently it's the winter time, so I was working construction. My job stopped. I'm kind of looking for something else now. So that was already something that I was dealing with personally and trying to figure out what's my next step. And then this got thrown. And
okay, I think it might be time for a grand adventure. Are you good at construction?
Pretty decent, yeah.
Well, here's what I know about you. You're a person of high wisdom and high integrity at 20 years old. You either went through some crap as a kid or your parents raised you really well. Which one is it?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay. You've seen the world. Fair?
Sure, yeah.
You seen some stuff?
Yep.
All right. I don't want you to lose that wisdom. And it might be that you get one of your brothers and you say, hey, let's move to Texas for a year and let's just work construction. They're building solar panel farms like crazy. Let's go get on one of those crews. And let's get an apartment. Let's go on an adventure. I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was kind of thinking about getting out of construction and doing something different, like sales or
get on it.
What would your thoughts be on that?
I'd say go knock your lights out. If you'll hang on the phone, I'm going to hook you up as my free gift. I'm going to hook you up with my buddy, Ken Coleman wrote a book, Work You're Wired to Do, and it's got a career assessment in there. I'm going to get that for you for free. I'm also going to send you his book. It was a #1 bestseller. It's called The Proximity Principle. And basically, it's an end around. It just teaches you how to put yourself in conversations and around people that can enlighten you to the next step. And if you want to get into sales, here's the thing. The whole world moves at the speed of sales.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good at selling and you're a person of wisdom and you're a person of integrity, bro, the world is yours.
Yep.
And so if there's somebody at your on your construction team that does the sales part of the job, you may come in and say, man, I think I want a future in sales. If you don't mind being told no a lot, you don't mind being uncomfortable, you're clearly pretty good at navigating that. Bro, the world can be yours.
Yeah.
Or just go get a job in retail, man. You're not doing anything anyway. Go get a job at 2 different retail places and just work on sales. Go get a job in a car dealership and go get a job at a department store, man. And you're not going to make $1 jillion, but you're going to slowly see how commission works. You're going to slowly see how sales work. You're going to slowly see how telling the truth to a customer when you could get a little bit more out of this one sale, but over time, you're going to get a bunch more if you tell the truth. And you, as a salesperson, you're focused on one thing, helping other people. There's that old Zig Ziglar quote, if you help enough people, you don't have to worry about money. That's going to be you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Bro, the world can be your oyster, but I want you to begin to think about what is life outside of this house. And get one or two of your brothers and you all go begin to make your fortune somewhere and just continue to be wise and people of high integrity. Don't borrow money. Don't chain yourself to somebody else so you have to do what they say every day.
Yeah.
And then go get it, my man.
I guess the only other thing with that is I worry about right now is leaving my dad and leaving him alone to...
He's a grown man. He's a 50 or 60-year-old man. If he had heart trouble or he'd had a hip replacement or he had just had a stroke and he needed hands on deck, I could see some 20-year-old muscle. I can see a 20-year-old saying, hey, I'm gonna take 6 months of my life off and I'm going to walk alongside my old man while he gets back on his feet. But what he needs right now, I'm saying this with all love in my heart, you can't give him.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's seeing him broken and
I know.
Seeing him upset. I've never seen that. And
I know.
It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the hardest thing in the world. There's a moment in all of us when our dads become human.
Yep.
It's really hard to watch.
That's what I told him. He said, I feel selfish for letting you see this. And I said, Dad, you're human.
He gave you a great gift. And that, because one day someone's going to break your heart. One day someone's going to cheat you. One day someone's going to hurt you. And you're going to be able to draw back on this and go, hold on, it's okay for a season to just drop my shoulders and weep.
Yep.
It's okay to be devastated for a season. There would be something wrong with your old man if he got up the next day after finding out his wife of 30 years was cheating on him and he found out the way he found out and he was like, oh, it's cool, man. Got to go make that buck. There'd be something wrong with him.
Yeah.
The right thing is that he's devastated because he loved hard, right?
Yeah, it's been tough because both me and him, we can't eat and we can't sleep.
Yeah. And that's what I say. That's what I say with all love and respect. I want you to get out of that environment because you need to see the sun come up again.
Yeah.
And you need to hear the birds chirping again.
Yep.
And you need to see a customer smile because you came in their life and you helped them with the problem. And they showed you appreciation for that help by giving you money.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And he needs to go talk to a counselor, your old man. He needs to go talk to a couple of close friends. But you can't bear the weight of that adult marriage on the back of your 20-year-old shoulders. And that's not something wrong with you. That's just reality.
Right.
Right? Is that cool?
That's cool.
Brother, hang on the line. I'm hooking you up with a couple of free things. And I just want to tell you again, it's been a high honor to get to talk to you. I don't get to talk to many 20-year-olds that are this high wisdom and that are this high integrity. Keep those two things. Keep those two things. Never lose them. Okay, brother?
Thank you.
All right, man. You call me anytime.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Kelly, before I go to break, I don't even have the words.
Yeah, no one should ever have to.
No.
Well, none of that.
None of that. That's all. Just none of that.